Hi everyone, it's Krista and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're not new, hello again. So this is my channel and I love to do DIYs on a budget. So I like to do Dollar Tree DIYs, thrift flips, farmhouse and rustic, REITs, and seasonal decor. So if you like what you see here, you know what to do. Hit that red subscribe button. Also leave me a comment. I love to hear what you guys think. And also give me a thumbs up. That helps my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, and Facebook. And now on Facebook, I am going live every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come for a live craft and chat with me. All you have to do is hit the link down in my description box next to Facebook, hit that blue link, and then follow me over there. So today is all about Love Corner, and all these ladies are doing it this time, and it's absolutely so much fun to do. So make sure you go check everyone out. I'm going to have all the link down below in the description box. But first, let's get into DIY number one. So the first DIY, I am going to take this Sweet Annie, it's dried Sweet Annie. I'll explain that in a minute. Some ribbon and also fabric that I ripped into strips. I'm also going to use this rusty wire and this sign from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use some distressed oxide, my dark wax, sealing wax, and some burnt umber, and also some cinnamon and some Mod Podge. So we're going to make this look rustic and old because that's the type of thing I like. So what I did is I sanded off all of that yucky glitter that I do not like. And now I'm painting it with the burnt umber by Apple Barrel. And I'm going to paint the key with that, the whole thing. And then I'm going to take some Mod Podge and my little sponge brush, and I'm just going to dab it in areas and brush it in areas. And then you're going to see me sprinkle some of this cinnamon. Now what the cinnamon's going to do is it's going to stick to the Mod Podge, and it's going to make this look really old and rusty, like a rusty key. So that is what the look I am going for here. And then I'm just dabbing a little more of the Mod Podge on top so my cinnamon stays on there. Then I'm going to use some of this scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby. I traced it out, and I am going to Mod Podge my heart, and I'm going to put that down on top and smooth it out. And now we're going to make this heart look pretty rustic. So now I cut out the key part, the little keyhole on there with my little X-Acto knife. And now I'm going to go around the edges with my dark antiquing wax. But I end up using the burnt umber because I wanted it a little bit darker on the edges than the dark wax was giving me. I did go around the inside of the keyhole as well with that dark wax. And this is in my Amazon shop if you're interested in getting some. Now I'm going to use some distressed oxide to go over the top of it, and it's just going to bring out more of that pattern that's on the scrapbook paper and make it look really old. Now if you don't like old and you don't like rustic or vintage, you don't have to do this. Just skip that part completely. But now you see me going in with a sponge from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just dabbing the edges. I just cut a sponge up from the Dollar Tree, dab it in my paint, and then go around the edges with it. Really, really simple distressing technique that I love using. And now I'm going to glue the key on to my heart, like so. And now I'm going to show you how I make my little rag bows. So what I do is I take a piece of twine, and this Brodabra is a small Brodabra that I just realized I could get on Amazon, and it's in my Amazon shop. And all I do is I stick my lace in, and I just keep going back and forth with it and make a bow. And I'm going to do the same thing with my ripped fabric, and I just take any ripped fabric that you want that goes with whatever project you're working on. So I'm going with more of the antique looking ribbon and lace. I do coffee stain my lace and tea stain it. So if you're interested in that, wanting to know how I do that, comment down below and I can let you know what I do. But come see me on my Facebook Live because I'm going to talk more about that over there. So then I'm going to use some other, and I just keep looping it back and forth. And then I'm going to take my jute twine up and I'm going to tie it into a knot, and then I'm going to flip it over and then tie it in another knot. And I do tie it twice in the back, but first I just kind of move my little tails down, and then I'm going to cut them, the length that I want my bow to be, You know, you don't want to have them too long. You want them to fit nice on your project. And now I'm going to glue that in the corner there of my heart. Next, I'm going to take this tag. I get my tags at Hobby Lobby. They come in a pack. These ones are really, really nice and sturdy, so that when you're rusting them up on the edges with your, you know, tool, you can use your scissors, whatever. And I just make it look old. And then I did the key to my heart. And then I'm just going to go around the edges of it again with that dark wax and make it look even more old. And I just do that all the way around. And you saw me crinkling it up. These tags can hold a lot, so that's why I get them at Hobby Lobby. And then I go over the top of it with that vintage photo by Distress Oxide that you could purchase also at Hobby Lobby. I glued down my bow, and I'm going to put this nice button that I had in my stash on there. And now I'm going to take my tag and put that down in the other corner, and then I'm going to put this rusty looking wooden heart that I also get on Amazon. So now Sweet Annie I get in the Etsy shop. I can leave the link down below for you guys in the description box if you're interested in purchasing this. I like using this on a lot of my projects because it looks old and it's dried, and it just, I don't know, it just gives it an extra wow factor to the project, I think. So that's what I use on my projects. But you could also use any greenery if you don't want to purchase this that you get from the Dollar Tree that looks like little pick berries. That would look cute on there as well. And there it is, you guys, my little key to my heart. So today is all about Love Corner collab, and CJ puts this together, CJ DIY, every year, and I absolutely love doing this. Go check all the ladies out. They are so, so talented. The link will be down in my description box. So now on to DIY number 2. So I'm going to use some ink, which is black chalk paint, some plaster chalk paint, some of these wooden hearts that were from the Dollar Tree, I think, and that plaque was from, that wooden plaque is from the Dollar Tree, some more ripped ribbon and ripped fabric, some burlap that I had, and some flowers I'm going to be using that I had in my stash, little roses I had, and I'm going to use those stamps that you see there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint this wooden piece from the Dollar Tree with the black ink chalk paint by Waverly. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the wooden hearts as well. So next I'm going to take this candle from the Dollar Tree, and I am going to rub the wax all over the top of this wood. Okay, and we're going to get a distressed look out of this. This is just one way you could do it. There are others. And then I'm going to use my plaster chalk paint, and I'm going to paint over the wax that I just put down on there. And you want a good heavy coat because we're going to be distressing this in a minute, which you'll see. So now I'm going to use this tool from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to scrape. And areas where the wax hit more, that's where the paint's going to come off, okay? And it's going to give you this beautiful, distressed, old-looking wood piece that I absolutely love, you guys. I love the vintage old look. If I haven't said that already like 100 times. I just love it so much. And then I'm going in with my vintage photo, again, Distress Oxide stamping pad, and I'm just going in dark areas and making it a little bit more old-looking. Next, I'm going to take my hearts, and I'm going to trace them onto my burlap piece. And then I'm going to cut those out. And then next, I'm going to take a bead of glue, and I'm going to go around the edges of the hearts. Now, you want to leave a little bit of the edge there because I'm going to take, once it dries, the glue, I'm going to take my sander and I'm going to sand the edges and fray it a little bit. And what the glue does is it's stopping it from fraying any further, okay? And then I'm going to glue my piece down to my heart on the top. And the only reason I painted them black is because you could see through the burlap, and it kind of matches the, you know, black that's coming out on the actual wood piece as well. Now, you're going to leave a pocket open once you glue those down on the top, because that's where we're going to stick our roses. And then I'm going to use this fabric that I get from Hobby Lobby. I love this fabric. And another piece of fabric that I also get, it looks like kind of like drop cloth. And I just cut another little piece. And you want it to be a little bit smaller than the other piece. And first I frayed the edges of the fabric with my fingers. I just pulled some of these strands out. And then I'm going to glue them down onto both of my hearts. And then I'm going to glue that other piece of cloth on top of that. But first I'm going to stamp the word kiss. And the other one, I believe I did love. There it is. Yes, love. So kiss and love I put on both of those. And then I'm going to make it look a little bit older, my cloth, by just making it darker with some of that stamping Distress Oxide as well. And I'm going to glue that on top of the fabric. Really, really cute. I absolutely love this one too. You guys got to let me know what you think of these projects down in the comments. And next I'm just going to glue them down. And I kind of like did one this way and then did one the other way, you know. And glued them both down. And then once I got those down, now I'm going to start sticking in my roses. So I took everything apart, my roses and my leaves, so that I could put them the way I wanted to into the little pocket part of my hearts. So that's what I did. And I just glued down each piece where I wanted them. So you kind of can use any flowers you want. I just chose roses because I'm doing like a Valentine theme, love theme. But this decor that I'm making, you could literally leave it up as long as you want, because it's really for any time of the year. It doesn't have to be Valentine's. They're pretty neutral, these pieces that I'm making. And I just stuck in, you know, whatever was in my stash, whatever I had. And then I made another messy bow that you can see here. I didn't show you again. And then I just stuck that down in the corner. And then I'm going to put a button in the middle of that as well. The little heart wooden button I used. And there it is, you guys. This one was so simple, so cute, and so cheap to make, you guys. Yet it looks so elegant. I love it. Let me know what you think down below. So now DIY number 3. So this DIY, I'm going to use some more roses and some of that Sweet Annie again, some of my fabric, and this chain is from the Dollar Tree. You use it for your planners to hang up. I'm going to use one of those, and I'm going to use a tag again, that sign from the Dollar Tree, and some dark wax again. And some more of that scrapbook paper that I absolutely love from the Dollar Tree, and some cinnamon again, and some burnt umber and Mod Podge. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm using my little sponge, and I'm just going to dab that onto my chain, and I'm going to get it all covered real nice with the burnt umber so that it looks rusty. And then I'm going to sprinkle some of that cinnamon again. I'm telling you, it does wonders while it's still wet. And then go in on top of it with some burnt umber and just dab. So I'm just dabbing. And then I'm going to set that aside to dry. Next, I'm going to trace out my heart. I love these heart planks from the Dollar Tree. They are so pretty, and you could do so many things with them. And I'm just tracing around them, and then I'm going to paint in between each slat and on the edges of my heart with the burnt umber as well, because I'm going to go along the edges, and just in case I cut any pieces a little bit smaller, you're not going to notice. And then I'm going to take my Mod Podge, and I'm going to stick each piece that I cut out down on each one of those wooden slats on the heart. And I'm just going to smooth it out. And then I decided, I forgot I had these metal pieces from Hobby Lobby that I got in the scrapbooking section, I believe it was. And I'm going to make them look rusty. So what I did is I rusted up the little arrow you saw and the little charm that said love. And then I'm going to use my dark wax, and I'm going to go around the edges of the heart, the whole thing. And I'm just going around the edges with a stencil brush and then rubbing it in with my finger. A little goes a long way with this wax. And then I took a littler stencil brush and I went along the inside slats as well. And I'm just making it look dark and distressed. And then I go over the whole thing with just a very light brush, not a lot on there, and just kind of rubbing it in. Next, in certain areas, I'm going to use my sponge and the burnt umber, and I'm just going to dab it and make it look like it's a little bit darker in certain areas, like it's supposed to be there, basically. It's like I'm just stressing the wood and making it look old. And then I'm going to do the same thing with my tag again, but I'm going to put the XOXO on there, stamps that I have. And I'm going to just stress the tag again, the edges. You can use your scissors to do this. I just happen to have this tool because I used to scrapbook. But you can find these tools, I think, at the craft store. And then I go along the edges with with the dark wax as well. And this dark wax is in my Amazon shop. Most of my supplies that I'm using are in my Amazon shop. And then I screwed on these little hooks that I had from another Dollar Tree plaque that I had. And there's my chain. That's going to be my hanger, you guys. I love the way this turned out. And I love the bow. Look at it. It looks so fancy and so like shabby chic. I love it. And then I'm going to glue down the arrow. And I also use some super glue for that because I want to make sure that stays on there. And I glued my bow in the center. And then I'm going to take this rose pick that I don't know where I got it. It could have been Joann's or Michael's. And I just glued the 2 roses in the center of my bow. I thought these roses were so pretty. And they went really well with my bow. And then I took some of these pieces of baby's breath. They look like little baby's breath that were on there. And I just tucked them underneath my bow on the bottom. And I glued those down underneath. And there it is, you guys. I love this, you guys. You got to let me know what you think down below. Go check out my Facebook. I'm going to be doing more detail, more talking to you guys about things that I'm doing on there. I'm going to do a live craft with you and chat. And also go check everyone out on the playlist. These ladies are amazing, you guys. And as always, remember, stay crafty. Bye.